Okay, our next success story, Mr. David Miller, Miller Farms.
Good morning. Hope all is doing well. I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to myself. My name is David Miller. I'm from Lincoln County. I'm a proud farmer in Lincoln County. I have 130 acres. I'm a 50 cow herd, which I am a very peculiar farmer. I have 50 cows. I let nobody mess with them. I sing to them. I pray to them. I talk to them, and they're very gentle. I want to thank Brother Shavers and Mr. Rivers. If you remember Mr. Rivers, he was one of those guys that got me started with Kentucky State University. I sat on several committees. I used to be the chairman of the FSA committee in Lincoln County. I tried to share what I learned at Kentucky State University. I come to Third Thursdays. I come to all the programs. I've been traveling down this road ever since 2008, and I'm trying to still do it as long as I have my health. Now, I wanted to share with you briefly, and try not to take up too much of your time, empowering farmers a step towards regeneration. In order to do that, we must understand what powering is. I'm doing it through the Kentucky State University. We're doing a project at the farm, and this project was a little difficult to do, but we got it done. At the picture over there is the first day that I'm not even going to try to call the student's name or the name there because it's kind of hard to do. But anyway, you see the picture to the right is where we're getting it together, stepping off the land. There's 4 acres that we set aside on the farm in order to get this project off. The picture on the left is the guys that are helping us to establish the ground and getting the ground ready. So you can go to the next picture. There's 5 farmers that in each county that is doing this project. I am one of them, and I am from Lincoln County. You can see all the counties up there: Madison, Lincoln, LaRue, and Todd. We are the 5 farmers that are doing this project in different areas of the state. So we can move on to the next picture. To qualify the impact of Berkshire Amendment to soil nutrient dynamics and micro fertilizer, you can see that I don't have my glasses on, which I got them with me. Just understand what is biochar is. Biochar is a substance that we put in the soil, which contains oxygen. You have a certain level of oxygen in the soil. So we can move on to the next page. What is regeneration farm? Regeneration farm is a sustainable approach to agriculture that focuses on restoring, enhancing the health of soil. Key principles: building soil organic matter, minimizing soil disturbance, enhancing water retention, minimizing crop. Soil, we must understand that soil is very important. It's very important. You may say that I have an acre, that soil is not important. You might say I have 5 acres, that soil is not important. We must understand that soil is very important. I learned 2 things in life that you can't get. Once you're gone, you can't get life. And there's no more soil to be made. Regeneration practice, cover crops. I'm going to talk about cover crops. Cover crop is very important at soil time. They always say, talk about don't this, don't till, don't do this, don't do that. But I learned in farming that I think that we must understand what soil is and purpose how to take care of the soil. I think over the years that we do some damage to the soil. The reason I say that is we have to learn how to take care of the soil. How do we understand regeneration soil? Regeneration soil, what is the first thing that we should do and otherwise understand your soil on your farm? The first step we should do is take a soil sample. When you take a soil sample, it will tell you what your soil needs. Then we talk about no-till, and they always say don't stir the soil. If you notice over the years, that farmers now don't plow ground, they don't disc ground. All we do now is no-till. I understand that. But while you no-till, we're not discing, we're not plowing now. You remember back in the days, our fathers, we used to disc, we used to drag, we used to plow that ground, and we do cover crops. Nowadays, the society of the government, the federal governments, or whatever, they don't want us doing what we need to do on our farms. I'm one of those farmers that say, hey, you just can't come in the farm and tell me what to do. So we're talking about biochar, like I said, is a carbon dioxide mineral depraved from the organic matters through heating organic minerals in the absence of oxygen. We can go to the next page. Now, intense tillage, heavy erosion and loss of organic matter, declining production, environmental degradation, increased vulnerability to climate shocks. Over the years, you can see the chart. How much land we're going to use per cubic feet. Over the long period of time, we lose 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% of soil. You notice if you ride down the road, if you ride in some communities, something I don't understand is how can you allow land to grow up? How can you let weeds take your land? The reason weeds, trees, and things takes our land is because we're not concerned about that land or that property. Why would you have something and you not take care of it? Why would you have something and not let another individual take care of that land? I see it all through the state of Kentucky. I see it in the rural areas. I see it in all different kinds of communities. So soil is very important. So let's go to the next slide. We can see here the benefit of biochar is improved soil structure, increased crop yield, carbon sequestration, increased nutrient retention. The benefit of reduced tillage or no tillage, improve soil health by nutrient retention, reduce soil compaction descent, reduce weed, pests, and disease, prevent soil erosion. We understand that farmers use now different chemicals, different products to kill weeds and stuff on the farm. I'm one of the farmers that don't like using no kind of chemicals on my farm. This is why I say that. I say what goes in the soil goes in the animal consumption. What goes in the soil, whether you're raising corn, whether you're raising soybeans, whether you're raising a garden, we must understand what are we putting on the soil, what are we putting on that plant. I believe what goes in the vein or roots of that plant, it also goes into the human body. I believe that. You must understand that. The benefit of a cover crop reduces soil compaction, increases moisture and nutrient retention, weed suppression, and reduce erosion. Now, we must understand that some people say, well, if I got an acre, if I got a half acre, if I got 2 acres, why would I put a cover crop on that ground? Like I said, cover crops keep weeds from coming. Cover crops keep your ground from washing. If you do a ground, if you do a garden, corn, whatever you raise, if you just leave the ground wide open all year long, the next year or in the fall, if it rains hard, you'll have erosion in your field, you have ditches. That's the reason that you should put down a cover crop. Let's go to the next picture. Now, just like I stated before, the picture on the right will go to the left, where you notice where the line is. The line is where we was getting the field ready, and the students from Kentucky State University, I always asked them what did they want me to help them do. Most times they would say nothing, but I did help them in this project. And the picture in the middle of the 2 students, and the picture at the third is where we was marking off the land and getting the land ready. Let's go down to the bottom. You can see where the student is packing these sticks. And we drove those sticks in the ground. And you notice that how the field looked before we started doing any cutting the ground up, getting the ground ready to put the biochar in. You see it over here to the John Deere tractor. That is my brother. That's where we was unloading the biochar in of the spreader. So we did get the ground done. Now, we can move on to the next picture. Okay, anyway, I want to share this with you in this project. This project was one of the projects that I want to thank Kentucky State University for allowing me to do at the farm. But this project was a kind of a difficult project to do. The reason not because of anybody's fault was because, if you all remember, how much rain we got. We got a lot of rain in the spring, and the project was kept putting off, put off. And then I would get phone calls, and I would tell them, sir, I'm sorry, we can't do it today, we can't do that today. So we did get the project off the ground, we did get the project started, and it was a challenging project to do, not the project itself. We must understand in farming, weather plays a big factor in everything we do on the farm. And I want to thank Kentucky State University for allowing me to do that at the farm. And this project goes to 2027. And I just got one thing I want to leave with you all. Take this in consideration. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Don't be ashamed of the things you don't have. Don't be ashamed of the struggles on and off the farm. Every night when I lay down, by the grace of God, when He wakes me up in the morning, I'm one of the proud black farmers in Kentucky.
Congratulations. Thank you.